Putin has been one of the most important figures on the world stage since his ascension to president, gaining worldwide recognition and influence. Vladimir Putin has certainly carved his place in history as one of the most influential figures among leaders of America and Russia who have become important rivals. Outside of political rivalry, it's unclear how much money Putin actually possesses. But some theories suggest that he is really one of the wealthiest people on the planet. Come along with us to our YouTube channel, Billionaires Rewind. We've got daily inspiration and motivation for you, along with exclusives, goodies, and giveaways. Make sure to subscribe and like as well. It's hard to tell if Donald Trump's perceived wealth is in reality impressively high or not when we compare it to a billionaire like Vladimir Putin. A $100 million apartment doesn't seem so bad when he owns a $1 billion palace and has a $500 million yacht, which puts him in a higher level of apparent wealth. After serving as prime minister in 2008 and 2012, Dmitry Medvedev appointed Putin his successor. Putin helped the Russian economy grow for 8 straight years and will continue to push for progress. Putin continues to provide some of the most sensational images in modern history. In addition to being a publicly elected politician, he has been known to partake in unusual or dangerous activities, such as extreme sports and interaction with wild animals. Putin also cultivated an outdoor sporting and tough guy image with his participation in the 2007 Formula 1 Mercedes car race. Putin cultivates an outdoor tough guy public image and is known for strenuous activities such as skiing, horse riding, and various adventures through the Siberian mountain range. On top of that, back in 2007, he once published a huge photograph of a bare-chested Putin vacationing by the title, "Do you like Putin?" In 2007, he was named Times Person of the Year. In 2015, he ranked number 1 on the Forbes list of the most influential people in America. He has also been ranked individually by Forbes every year since 2013 to 2016 as well as in 2018. Based on his position and wealth, it is safe to assume that Vladimir Putin has a lot of money in his bank account. We'll go ahead and describe some of his luxury properties, including a small apartment. He reportedly makes around $133,000 per year from the Kremlin and lives in a small apartment. Regardless, the number is still pretty impressive. You may be wondering how can such a wealthy person can control so much of the world through his corruption and greed. Former Russian government advisor Stanislav Belkovsky estimates his fortune to be worth around $70 billion, and Bill Browder, a noted critic of Putin, claims it's more like $200 billion. That would place him high above the Amazon founder Jeff Bezos, who currently holds the most money in the world at $124 billion, and just about everyone else. It can be difficult to determine Putin's net worth, but thanks to leaks and proxies in his inner circle, we've been able to piece together some of his assets to offer a better estimate of his net worth. Putin's secret fortune has been in the spotlight since the beginning of his presidency. The wealth claimed to belong to Russia's President Putin is said to come from companies. According to opposition politicians and journalists and the One Washington Post editorial, 43 aircraft may not technically be owned by Putin, but as the head of all the major organizations in the country, he can act like they're his. In fact, there's mystery surrounding precise ownership of these aircraft when it comes down to it for many countries. On April 2016, 11 million documents belonging to the Panama law firm became public and belong mostly to well-respected and powerful lawyers. The name of Vladimir Putin does not appear as his involvement with the company is denied by him. Recently, numerous publications have spoken of 3 Russian individuals on the list of those who are mentioned in the Panama Papers leak. According to these publications, the possibility that Putin's close associates have profited from their business dealings through offshore companies worth $2 billion cannot be denied due to the President Vladimir Putin's refusal to disclose his wealth. Putin's palaces. Putin's luxurious lifestyle has come under scrutiny in recent years, as many believe that he uses illegal state funds to finance his lavish homes and properties. He reportedly has access to 20 different palaces and villas around the world. The most controversial of these is the so-called secret palace, which is said to have been built entirely with Putin's ill-gotten wealth. If true, this would be clear abuse of power and a betrayal of the Russian people who have entrusted him with their country. This was reportedly built by Putin on behalf of illegal state funds. This is a massive estate overlooking the Black Sea. It was originally conceived as a small holiday home with a swimming pool. Now it boasts a magnificent column facade reminiscent of the country palaces Russian tsars built in the 18th century. To the massive wrought iron gates into the courtyard or the top to the golden imperial eagle, outside or formal gardens, a private theater, a landing pad with bays for 3 helicopters, and accommodation for security guards. The secret mansion is supposedly costing $1 billion to build. A dossier by Boris Nemtsov alleges that Putin owns a number of state-of-the-art jets, helicopters, and yachts, some of which are reportedly connected to his presidency. On top of this, he has been accused of owning 58 different types of aircraft, including the Dassault Falcon, which is one of the world's most exclusive private jets. The report also alleges that the 3 other types of planes have made their way into the hands of members of the Russian elite since Putin's first term as Russia's president in 2000. There are rumors that Putin owns an 11 million plane, with the cabin being designed by jewelers. It's got room for up to 186 passengers and is said to cost just over $100,000. Putin is also accused of owning 5 of these planes, which is at the time they were sold were all valued at around $10 million each. There are also rumors that he's collected 4 yachts in his tenure as president, each with a value ranging from $1 billion to $35 million. Damn, that's a lot. Most recently, Putin has been photographed wearing a number of expensive watches, collectively valued at $700,000, nearly 6 times his annual salary. Especially, Putin owns an A. Lang & Solon Turbo Garf's perpetual core limericks, which cost $500,000. Vuitton is known on occasion to give watches valued at $1,000 or thousands of dollars as gifts to peasants and factory workers. In July of 2017, President Trump was reported to be one of the new owners of a watch at an upcoming auction. The Patek Philippe watch had an estimated value of $1 million, and an accompanying certificate talked about him being its owner. In 2008, according to a Time magazine article, President Trump reportedly owned 5 Blancpain watches at one time, but he gave away one of them to a Siberian boy. In Putin's case, it was reported that he has a great affinity for Valentino, who is one of his favorite suit makers. This was further confirmed by a Russian government-owned paper called Russia Beyond the Headlines. One of the sources confirms that he prefers Kitten as one of the favorite brands for those suits. These are made from start to finish with dozens of hours put into each suit, from materials to construction, and they carry a price tag of around $5,000 or so. Though considering the watch, yacht, and a private jet collection, this isn't all too bad for the Russian leader. While Putin is well coordinated, he is not invulnerable. On one way, his handlers stay ahead of news on Putin, and he is taken by photos with a stylist who has been dressing him for over 10 years. The stylist rips all of the labels from the clothes, so these do not accidentally catch the eye of journalists or paparazzis. Despite his reputation, Vladimir Putin was seen wearing sweatpants this weekend, which cost about $1,000 or so. In addition to that, he wore a matching top with a grand total of $3,200. That's nothing for the richest person in the world, but when you factor in Putin's secrecy about his fortune, and once more, at the 2007 World Economic Forum, when a then Kremlin official, Stanislav Bolkovsky, said that Putin had a fortune from secret accounts worth as much as $40 billion stashed away in Switzerland and Liechtenstein. It becomes pretty clear to see where all those billions are coming from. Regardless of what Putin wants, there are still many who believe that he is even richer than Jeff Bezos and Donald Trump. Personally, I think it's not too far-fetched to say that how rich he really is. What do you think? Tell us in the comment section. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more upcoming videos.